Nobody will like you in politics. They hate me like hell too.
So to rule over a nation that hates you, you must apply crazy strategies, and that is exactly what Bola Ahmed Tinubu did. In this documentary, I'm going to unveil the secret strategies Bola Ahmed Tinubu used to rule over Nigeria. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, Nigerians were not happy. They were not happy with him because most people felt he didn't really win, and he knew it.
I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now.
They hated him, and the hatred was so visible that he could feel it. The very first things Bola Ahmed Tinubu did when he became president was to protect his territory. He moved like a man who already knew the future, so he placed his people in key positions. Tinubu did not build new soldiers. He promoted old loyalists. He's not the type of politician who trusts strangers. He does not gamble with his inner circle. He does not experiment with new faces. He believed in one simple rule: the people who fought with me in Lagos must also enjoy with me in Abuja, and that was exactly what he did. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not rise alone in Lagos. He built a bench, a long bench of boys, men, advisors, strategists, and loyal soldiers who understood his style, ambition, and his long-term vision. These were people who saw him lose and win, people who saw him fight with Obasanjo, people who saw him build tax empires, and people who saw him structure Lagos politics, people who ate with him, walked with him, and bled with him. Some of these people had been with him since 1999. He never forgot them, because for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, loyalty is a lifetime investment. So he transferred the Lagos system to Aso Rock. The moment he became president, something became very clear. Abuja was about to become Lagos version 2.0, with the same political structure, the same faces, the same strategy, and the same chain of command. Now, let me break down the major players. Number one, Femi Gbajabiamila, the chief strategist. Femi was a former speaker of House of Representatives, one of Tinubu's oldest loyalists, a man who had been with him since the early days of Lagos politics. And guess what Tinubu did? Tinubu moved him straight into Aso Rock as chief of staff. This was not just an appointment, it was a signal that Tinubu wanted a trusted brain behind him, not a neutral politician. Gbajabiamila was not just a staff member. He was the gatekeeper, the filter, the one who understood what Tinubu wanted before he even said it. In Lagos, Tinubu used him for lawmaking influence, political negotiation, national legislative moves. But in Abuja, he was doing the same job, but with more power. Number two, Wale Edun, the money mind. Wale had been with Tinubu since his days as a Lagos state governor. He helped him design the path of Lagos tax empire, the engine that made Tinubu financially unstoppable. Tinubu placed him as a minister of finance and coordinating minister of the economy. To run Nigeria's money, Tinubu picked a man who helped him build Lagos money. No surprises here. Wale understood revenue, tax, borrowing, budget distribution, political financing, economy power, and most importantly, Tinubu's financial philosophy. That is why he was there. Number three, Dele Alake. Dele Alake was Tinubu's commissioner for information in Lagos. He helped build Tinubu's media wall, the communication shield that protected Lagos from embarrassment and amplified its achievements. He became the minister of solid minerals and one of Tinubu's most trusted media and strategic voices. Why solid minerals? Because Tinubu believed that anyone who controls resources controls power. Alake was loyal and trusted enough to handle economic intelligence. Number four, Yemi Cardoso, the banker who understood Tinubu's philosophy. Cardoso was part of Tinubu's financial team in Lagos, a long-time technocrat who Tinubu trusted. So he made him the governor of CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. In politics, you don't give someone the keys to the CBN unless they understand you deeply, they trust you fully, and they know the long-term game. Yemi was not a random appointment. He was part of Lagos' inner cycle. Number five, Nuhu Ribadu, a very strategic placement. While not originally Lagos, Ribadu had been part of Tinubu's quiet support cycle for years. So Tinubu placed him as the national security advisor. Why? Because Tinubu wanted someone experienced, politically smart, and not tied to rival power blocs. This is how Tinubu always played his games. Bring those who are loyal and neutralize those who are not. Number 6, the silent foot soldiers. Many men who serve under Tinubu as commissioners, special assistants, political advisors, media handlers, revenue consultants, and party mobilizers were quietly pulled into federal boards, ministries, committees, and advisory bodies. Some of them were placed as senior special assistants, head of key agencies, board chairman, and strategic directors. These appointments were not loud, but they were very powerful because these are places where the money flows, policies move, decisions are shaped, and elections are funded. And Tinubu put his Lagos boys there one by one. Bola Ahmed Tinubu had one rule: never rule with strangers, rule with loyalists. Because strangers can betray you, strangers can leak your secrets, strangers can challenge your system, strangers can slow down your agenda, but loyalists, they obey, they protect, they secure, they defend, and they don't ask too many questions. This was how Tinubu built Lagos into a fortress, and that was how he was trying to build Nigeria into a structure that he can control. How do you maintain power in a country as chaotic as Nigeria? Tinubu had the answer: control the people who can control the country. This meant control the lawmakers, control the governors, control the traditional rulers, control the security agencies, control the media, and control the narrative. This is where the story got deeper. This is where Bola Ahmed Tinubu began a new chapter in his political life. He did not become president of Nigeria. He became the center of Nigeria's political universe. The moment he became the president, everyone wanted his attention. Everyone wanted his favor. Everyone wanted to be on his good side, because if he spoke your name in public, your life would change. If he ignored you, your career will end. Even the people who once insulted him, mocked him, called him names during election, began to bow. Tinubu didn't need to threaten them. He knew something more powerful. People are afraid of losing relevance. So he used their fear to build loyalty. He turned opposition voices into praise singers. And as the months went by, Nigeria began to understand the truth. Tinubu was not ruling Nigeria. Tinubu was rearranging Nigeria, piece by piece, person by person, position by position, because for him, the throne was not the end of his journey. It was the beginning of a new empire. And that empire was built on one sentence: power is not given. Power is collected, protected, and expanded.
Where are we? Political power is not going to be served in a it's not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. This is what we are doing. It's being determined to do it at all costs. Fight for it. Grab it. Snatch it. And run with it.
Yes. Tinubu collected it. Now he was about to protect it. The first rule of Tinubu's politics is no permanent enemy, no permanent friend. Tinubu understood something most politicians never learn. Your enemy today can become your microphone tomorrow. So why Nigerians were arguing online, why people were fighting themselves because of election, Tinubu was already building a new team. And this team included people who once attacked him publicly, people who once insulted him, people who once said he would never rule Nigeria, people who once led campaign against him. But immediately he took power, everything changed. The number one person Bola Ahmed Tinubu used was Reno Omokri, the biggest shock of them all. If someone told Nigerians in 2022 that Reno Omokri would campaign for Tinubu, people would laugh. Because the same Reno insulted Tinubu during campaign. He mocked his health. He defended Jonathan against APC. He supported Atiku heavily.
If Bola Tinubu approaches you to work with him, would you?
It will never happen.
Okay, which one? Which of the scenarios? Him approaching you or you accepting to work with him?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to betray privilege. Somebody from Bola Tinubu's camp has already reached out to me, and I told the person that, look, it cannot happen. I can't do it. It's just against my principles. I'm not. Some people can do that. It's not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I wish Bola Tinubu well if he eventually is sworn in and then the courts uphold his victory. But I can never work with him.
But the moment Tinubu took power, Reno Omokri switched sides immediately. Suddenly, he became one of Tinubu's biggest defenders online. Suddenly, he started attacking Peter Obi, the same person he once praised. Suddenly, he was talking like a man who had been with Tinubu since 1999.
I mean, I see a lot of people, Peter Obi supporters saying Peter Obi. In terms of performance, you cannot compare Peter Obi with Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu was an excellent performer.
What changed exactly? Access, recognition, opportunity, and influence. Tinubu understood that people like Reno are not loyal to ideology, they are loyal to relevance, and the president gave him relevance. This was the same Reno Omokri that led a protest against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London. This is a clip here. People said Tinubu bought Reno. Some said he offered him something. Some said he promised him a future role. But whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. Tinubu gained a former enemy and Peter Obi lost a former ally. So power moved. The table shifted and the story changed. Number 2, Festus Keyamo, from opposer to minister. Before the campaign season, Festus Keyamo was one of the critics of APC government. He attacked Buhari's performance. He attacked economic policies. He even questioned the honesty of some APC politicians. But Tinubu saw something different in Keyamo. A strong mouth and a loyal voice and a fighter. During the 2022 campaign, Festus was transformed into Tinubu's attack dog. He defended Tinubu on every TV station. He fought every critic online. He attacked Peter Obi and Atiku daily. He became more loyal to Tinubu than the people that Tinubu had known for years. And when Tinubu won, what did he do? He rewarded Keyamo with a powerful ministerial position, the Minister of Aviation. This was Tinubu's style. If you fight for him, he lifts you. If you fight against him, he waits because one day you may still want to fight for him. Bola Ahmed Tinubu studied Nigerian political space deeply. He knew that Nigerians forget things very fast. Critics just wanted recognition. Public figures need a seat at the table. People fight for what they cannot benefit from. And everyone wanted a government appointment. So instead of wasting his energy fighting critics, Tinubu simply gave them what they wanted: position, connections, opportunities, visibility, and suddenly his critics became his advocate, his opposers became his defenders, and his enemies became partners. That was how Bola Ahmed Tinubu quietly expanded his influence. Many people who campaigned against Bola Ahmed Tinubu suddenly found themselves working with his government or benefiting from him indirectly. Names like Nyesom Wike, the same man who insulted APC, became a minister. Daniel Bwala, the same man who was once Atiku's spokesman, later started praising APC members. Various influencers who attacked Tinubu in 2022 started promoting him by 2024. Politicians who used Labour Party to win secretly negotiated with APC afterward. All these people were not captured by force. Tinubu did one thing. He gave them something the opposition could not give them: a future. To an average Nigerian politician, a government position is not just a job. It is money, relevance, immunity, power, visibility, protection, connection, and long-term influence. Tinubu used this knowledge wisely. If someone helped him during campaign, he rewarded them. If someone insulted him, he recruited them. If someone had a loud voice, he gave them something louder. This is the same strategy CEOs use to neutralize threats. Don't fight your critics, hire them. Tinubu's greatest political skill was not that he won election. It was that he won people. He doesn't fight his enemies. He studied them. He waited for their moment of weakness. He offered them something better, and once they join him, they become louder than his original supporters. This was how he captured media narrative, social media voices, former opposition leaders, powerful influencers, political orphans, former critics, former rivals. This was how he built an army of loyal defenders. Not because they loved him, but because he understood them. In Nigeria, loyalty is not built on ideology. It is built on opportunity, and Tinubu mastered this. When Tinubu finally became president, many Nigerians thought election was over. But for Tinubu, the election was just the beginning of another transaction. Because Tinubu was not just a politician. He was a man who understood debt, not financial debt, not political debt. And in politics, a debt must be paid, not with money, but with position, power, and loyalty. Tinubu did not enter Aso Rock alone. He entered with a long list in his pocket. A list containing names of men and women who helped him climb to the top. People who carried his campaign. People who defended him publicly. People who fought for him behind the scenes. And the moment he took power, he began to pay them back, one appointment at a time. Tinubu had one mission. If you help me win, I will help you rise. So the moment he became president, appointments started flying like graduation certificates. People who were fading away came back to life. People who had no political future suddenly became king. People who had betrayed others now had ministries. People who insulted the nation now had office gates guarded by soldiers. He paid everyone. Tinubu understood something very powerful. Loyalty in politics is not created by love. Loyalty is created by reward, and Tinubu rewarded everybody. During his campaign, Tinubu made hundreds of political promises. Not the ones he made on televisions, not the ones inside manifestos, no. These promises were made in conferences behind closed doors, in hotel suites, in private meetings, in big night phone calls, in cars with tinted windows, in places where cameras were not allowed. These were promises like, support me, I will give you this position. Deliver your state and I will make you a minister. Bring your structure to me and you will control this agency. These promises were real. And when he won, he kept them one by one. Because Tinubu knew one truth. The fastest way to build a loyal government is to make every powerful person owe you. Not because they love you, but because they need you. Festus Keyamo. During the campaign, Keyamo became Tinubu's #1 attack dog. He defended Tinubu with fire. He fought the media. He insulted critics. He argued on TV until veins appeared on his forehead. And guess what? Tinubu rewarded him. The second set of people he rewarded were the new APC converts, people who decamped to survive. These were politicians who insulted Tinubu for years. Politicians who called him corrupt, sick, old, and incapable. But the moment he won, they ran into APC like they were escaping fire. And Tinubu accepted all of them, not because he loved them, but because bringing enemies inside is the easiest way to control them. Inside APC, they cannot fight him. Inside APC, they cannot criticize him. Inside APC, they must praise him to survive. This is a 48 laws of power in full display. Keep your enemies close. Make your enemies depend on you. And Tinubu understood this. Number 3, failed governors, jobless ex-ministers, and political orphans. People who had no political direction. People who lost elections. People who were rejected by their state. Tinubu gave them office. Not because they were the best, but because they owe him. Tinubu was not building a government. He was building a loyal crowd. A crowd that will stand behind him in 2027. A crowd that will fight for him online. A crowd that will silence Nigerians if they complain. But that is not all. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did something more dangerous. Something no politicians had ever done. Tinubu understood Nigerians more than Nigerians understand themselves. He knew that Nigerians forget things easily. Nigerians move on very quickly. Nigerians can survive anything. Nigerians fight themselves, not the government. Nigerians will support anyone who feeds them. So, while people were complaining about hardship, Tinubu was busy expanding his political army. And the more the country suffered, the more government officials praised him because they knew where their bread was coming from.